In previous classes, we started discussing Spark SQL, right? So we discussed how to integrate with, in previous class, we discussed how to integrate with Hive, right? So today class, we discussed important one. We can create data frames by using RDDs. We can create data frames from RDDs also. So we know how to create data frames out of files. It may be local file, it may be HDFS file, and we can create a data frame out of RDBMS table. We can create a data frame out of Hive table, right? And we can also create data frame from local collection. We saw all these, right? So now what I am doing, so we are going to create data frame. We are going to create data frame from local file, from local file. Now we are going to see how to create a data frame from local file. Let's take file one with this data. So this is my file one. Let's save this one. I'm saving this file one into where, in our application location, workspace, Spark SQL. Here I'm creating file1.txt, file1.txt. Okay. So this is my file. This file contains two records. Okay. This file contains two records, but there is no header, right? Yes or no? This file contains two records, but there is no header. There is no header. Okay. So from this file, from this local file, I want to create data frame. So let's start. So we already created in previous class, we already created one SQL import to txt file, right? SQL import to txt file. Yes or no? In Spark SQL, we created SQL import txt file. This txt file contain all import statements. It will create SQL context and IO context, Spark context, right? Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm using this import file. So let's first start Scala SBT cell. Let's load SQL import.txt file. It will import all packages, plus it will create a Spark context, SQL context, and Hive context. So it is created all those things. Okay, super. Next one. I want to load this file in RDD. I want to load this file into RDD. I want to load this file into RDD. Because why I'm loading this file into RDD? Why can't data frame? I want to create my own schema and I want to apply that schema to table. So my intention is, first I want to load local file into RDD. Then I want to convert RDD into data frame. Okay. So for that one, what I'm doing, val data equal to sc dot, you can use sc or you can use sqlc or you can use hc, Hive context. So I'm using sc dot text file and I'm passing file1 dot txt, file1 dot txt. So first I'm creating data frame. So data dot count. So we have two records. Okay, we got two records. Next thing, what I'm doing, I want to create a schema. I want to create schema because this file doesn't have a schema. So what I'm doing, we use case class. Create case class for the data. So we have a data, right? Based on this data structure, and we are creating one case class. We are creating one case class. So case class is created. Perfect. So case class is created. Then what I am doing next, I'm creating one function. I'm creating one function while reading this data, and I'm converting this data into records from. So I'm converting this one into uh, record form. Record form means I'm creating multiple objects. So I pass this data to this class object so that it will create multiple objects, right? So I'm creating one function. Function name is make my record. In this function, observe. In this function, what I'm going to do, for this function, we are getting input as line. Means we are getting this file line as an input. This file line as an input. Once we got file line as an input to this function, what we are doing, we are splitting the data by using comma separator so that we get words, right? From words, first one is I am converting integer form and storing into variable a. Second one, I'm reading second word I'm reading and converting into form, I'm storing into b. Third word I'm reading, converting into form and storing into c. Then I'm creating record object, case class object by passing these three variables. Finally, I'm returning this value. I'm writing a function. Okay. Then next, splitting line into words, and creating multiple variables. So b and word of 1 and converting into int. Next to c, word of 2 into variable c. Next one, val r equal to record of a comma b comma c. So record is type of what? Case class. Record is type of case class. Then finally, return value. So whatever the statement we used, right? Last statement become return type in function. Yes or no? So we created a function. That function takes line as an input. In that function, we split line into multiple words. Each word we are converting into corresponding variable type. Okay. Next, I'm creating transformation data.map. So map function reads each line, right? Data.map. Observe this one. Data.map. I'm calling, so it will read each row, and each row is presented in X, right? Implies make record function. I'm calling function by passing this X variable. So it reads X line and convert into record form and returns RDD. So records contain all complete all complete records. So data contain 2 records, right? So records dot count. So we get 2. Records dot take of 2. Take dot for each of println. So we got 2 records, right? Record object. So record is a case class. Then once we have a case class, records, then convert RDD to data frame. To convert RDD to data frame, so we have a 2df function. Every RDD contain 2df function. 2df function is presented in import sqlc dot imports package. So we need to use this imports package. We already used imports package. Let's once again use this one, imports package. Now apply val df equal to dataframe dot 2df. It will convert rdd dot 2df. It will convert rdd to data frame. Then df dot print schema. So we have 3 variables. Not found. Let me see whether it is created or not. Let's records dot 2df. So first of all, data frame is not converted. Data frame is not converted. Why it is not converted? So here, let me open imports. Actually, we created this one, right? Well, let's see, Hive context. So if you use Hive context, we need to use which one? System.security null, right? So we didn't use that one. Let me see. We are not using Hive, but still that instance is created, right? That's why we are getting this error. This error is nowhere related to our uh, present application. Yep. Let me remove this one. Oh, we need to do many things now. Console. Colon load SQL import .txt. Now load the file. File is loaded. Then create case class. Next write function, make record function. Then split the data. Now variable A, next variable B, variable C, next val r equal to record of A comma B comma C, next return R. So record is created. Now convert, create RDD. So create, apply map transformation, apply map transformation, apply map transformation. So it will read each record, it will read each line of data frame and converts to records. Then convert records to data frame, convert records to data frame. So it's saying this method is not available. So what we have to do, we have to import this function. We have to import this function. Then convert data frame to RDD to data frame. Now df dot show. I think we didn't save that import file, but we imported, right? Yes or no? So let me set Spark Hive, Spark Hive, Derby, Derby security. Just use this one. Now convert df dot show. Value not found means now convert records to 2df. Now df dot show. So df dot show. We got the data, right? We got the data, yes or no? We got the data. So once we got the data, so it is in, let's print the structure of the data, df dot print schema, print schema. So A integer type, B integer type, C integer type. Okay. So if you have a local file, if you have local file, we can convert local file into data frame. First, what we have to do, we can uh, we can directly pass local file to data frame. We already implemented one example. Read sqlc dot read dot format we specified CSV format because this file is in CSV format. If this is CSV format, okay. If this file contain different delimiter, if file contain different delimiter, we cannot apply CSV, right? So in that case, what we have to do, we have to convert the file into RDD. First, we have to load the file into RDD. Then we can create, based on this data presented in file, create a case class according to that. Create case class according to that. First one is id, second one is name, third one is salary. So create your case class with according to your data structure, data presented in your file structure. So create structure, then write your own function and use this map function in transfer rdd, then pass your record to make record function, your function. Then your function convert the data into record form and returns the data. So this one execute how many times? How many records are presented in this data data RDD? So it will execute those many times. Finally, it will return list of records. Then we are converting RDD to data frame. Okay. Once it is converted to data frame, then you can apply DSL language. No, I don't want to DSL. I want to apply SQL. Then convert to data frame to table. So we early in previous class we seen how to convert data frame to data frame to table, right? How do we convert? Create or replace view. Create or replace view. Previously, which method? Create temp table, right? So create temp table is old one. Create or create or replace view. So this one creates temp table. If you want to create a permanent table, save as table, right? So that one creates permanent table. Next one, once we create a table, next one, create a table instance for the data frame. We use register temp table. So this register temp table available until the screen is available. Once we close the screen, we lost that temp table. Why we are creating temp table? On the temp table, we want to apply SQL queries. SQL queries. Let me see. So we create a temporary table. Then I am applying select statement. So I am applying select statement. Select A plus B plus C as total from sample. So we are applying aggregation arithmetic operation. Then finally R1 dot collect dot for each println. So we got first record is 400. First to complete row calculation is 400. Next row calculation is 1000. Right? So when SQL statement is applied on temp table, returned object is R1 is a data frame. So returned value is data frame. You are applied SQL operations on temp table, but return type is data frame only. Okay. I have one more file. So this is employee file, and I want to convert this employee file into data frame. So first we create RDD by loading this file, right? First we create RDD by loading this file. Next one, create case class employee with employee number, employee name, salary, gender, department number. Next, create make employee function and takes each line and split into based on delimiter and create multiple variables, employee number variable, employee name variable, employee salary variable. Next one, gender variable, department variable, and read each row. After splitting, you will get words, right? Read each word and assign into corresponding variables. If it is a different type, convert into string form to corresponding type. That's it. Okay, loading file. Loading file. So it will create data frame. Once a data frame is created, RDD is created. Next one, I'm creating case class. Next one, I'm creating one temporary function. So in that temporary function, I'm reading each line and splitting into multiple words, and each word I'm converting into corresponding type. Then finally, I'm returning employee objects. That's it. Then map employee object, data.employee. So read each record of RDD and convert into employee objects, and finally return employee collection. So it will return what? Another RDD. Then convert into data frame. Once it is converted, we are converting into temporary table. Then once it is created temporary table, we are applying SQL statement. SQL C dot select gender comma sum of sal as total from EMP group by gender. So select department number, gender comma sum of sal. So this time we are finding department wise, gender wise, uh, total salary, average salary, everything. So you got this point, right? How we are doing? So in this way, we load local file into RDD to data frame. When we go for this approach, Prasad, when we go for this approach, local file loaded into RDD to data frame. When we go for this approach, yep, non-CSV, one is non-CSV. No header, we can use first approach only. If it is a no header, we can create our own schema. Did you remember structure type concept? By using structure type, we created schema. Then see if it is a CSV, read dot format dot CSV, and option schema true, header true, and schema we passed our schema, right? Yes or no? So by using first approach only, we can convert file into data frame. But when we go for this RDD to data frame concept is, in this example, we taken comma separation, but we cannot expect all files comes with the same comma separation, right? Some files may be double colon as a separator. Some files may be diamond operator as a separator. Some files may be some double semicolon like that. different file format we get. So we don't know what is the input format, exact file delimiter format. In that case, first we load file into RDD, then we create case class. Next we create our own function. Then we use map function and we pass each line. We call our function, then it will convert into objects, and objects are again converted into RDD. Then RDD2 we convert into data frame. Okay.